Okay, so hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural episode of A Piece of Our Minds, a podcast about the creative process that we are all going through in our lives. Heck yeah.
Heck yes.
Okay, so we're going to introduce ourselves. My name's Zander.
Thank you.
That's all you need to know.
My name is Aaron, and that's all you need to know.
And my name is Harley, and that's all you need to know.
This is off to an amazing
Great
start.
start, legendary.
We will get better.
Okay, so a little bit of background on all of us. We all, the three of us are friends in high school, went to high school together, did a lot of the same stuff. Like, I know all of us were like super big into speech and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so like moving on, that was like a year ago now that we graduated.
Yeah.
And we want to get more into like making art and stuff.
And, like, really moving on and, like, finding that next chapter in our life.
Yeah. And we're hoping like that this podcast can help us like explore like the different emotions and stuff and like the different like thoughts that we're having in a more like rigorous like where we can actually like pressure ourselves into getting it done,
but also helping like motivate everyone else, our listeners, you know, giving them that inspiration.
If we can do it, then anybody can do it.
Yeah, like the thing I'm interested in for like people to see if they're interested is we don't know what we're doing at all.
Yeah, this is new.
No,
all we have is a baseline.
Yeah, like not even just for like podcasting, but like, no, but like for creating in general. Like we're coming at this from a very amateur perspective.
Yeah. Basically, wherever you guys are at, we're at.
Yeah, we are at or beneath.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna sit back for like once a week, hopefully. Just chill out for like half an hour and see where things go.
Yeah.
Let you guys know how we're doing with our process and everything that we've been doing.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. Yeah. So that's what A Piece of Our Minds is going to be. It's a creative process podcast about us creating.
Us creating
just like random stuff. And we're going to go into that a little bit more. But right now, I think we should go around and talk about like what we want to accomplish like overall with this podcast, like each of us personally, because we all do have like very different things that we want to do.
Yeah.
Like with this.
We have different visions.
Yeah. So Harley and Aaron, do one of you guys want to go first?
I guess I'll start. So I'm really into filmmaking. That actually recently happened. I really recently started to get a passion for it, and being able to tell a story, but like also have like a message with it that can really resonate with someone and like create an emotional experience. So that's what really draws me to filmmaking. So basically what I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of research, you know, doing some studying, looking at the different techniques that different directors use. But I wouldn't say that I'm aiming more for directing. I would say I have more the mindset of a producer, but directing is phenomenal. I think that's great. Like,
you don't just put down everyone.
Yeah, no.
Who wants to be a perspective director.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, when it comes to filmmaking, there's so many different jobs, and like they all have a strong purpose. Like it definitely, yeah. There's a lot to learn there.
Definitely, yeah. No, filmmaking is super interesting. So like one of the things we have done all together is there's a series of short films that like we've all worked on collectively on YouTube. I don't know how good they are from an objective level, but yeah, I think we're posting this to the YouTube channel that those are on. It's basically about a series about a rap alter ego, and they're just like stupid short films, but we are hoping to get into that there, and hopefully I've been just like directing by default.
Yeah,
because I've been writing this.
Yeah, it's been your
But Aaron, I'm really interested to see, because I really want you to like.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it too. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, because I mean, I feel like over the process while we've been making these videos, like occasionally I'll like throw in my pitch and stuff, but like now I feel like really be able to throw myself in there and like share my creativity with that. So
That's gonna be super.
I just look at the script and be like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. And
Yeah.
I do
Actors, am I right?
it. Oh.
Um,
But it's they're good. It's kind of silly. Don't take itself too seriously. It's just if you have some time, it's a good watch.
yeah, for sure.
Definitely recommend. Yeah, and there's tons more coming up.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
promoting
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
Just we thank you for listening, and also go watch every single thing we've ever done on top of this.
Yeah. They're short videos, so it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's gonna take a longer time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the I promote my YouTube channel
Yeah,
podcast.
that's all this
That's-
podcast
that's
is.
all. Oh my god. All right.
We're not doing that.
No. All right. So Harley.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I've been doing, it's very similar to what Zander has also been doing. I have been taking 10 minutes every day because I have had an interest and passion for writing for a while now, but I've never really acted on it. And Zander gave me the idea of the 10 minutes every day. You just write a novel or write a section of a novel.
Yeah.
You spend 10 minutes thinking about it, writing it. And so my main goal really is I'm not trying to make a perfect novel because that just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I want to make something that resonates with myself, and I know that it may not interest other people, but I want it. It's not really my main goal. It's more of a goal to interest myself.
Yeah.
Create something for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely part of, like, especially if you want to be like make money, if you want to have like a sustainable job, like definitely like find a way to like reach an audience and stuff is like uber important. But like one of the things we really want to stress on here, I think personally, is the idea of just like creating just to like fulfill like some sort of semblance of like creativity like in your life.
And keep that imagination going.
Yeah, because jumping to me, so flashback like 6 months ago, I think, like just finished first semester of college, like had a great time, but like I'd been like focusing so much on classes and like I wasn't doing like theater or anything anymore, which I loved from like high school, and I just felt like super creatively like unfulfilled essentially. And so just like one day I was like, you know what? I've had like an idea for a novel for like the past like my entire life that I've never acted on.
Came out of the womb thinking it up.
Absolutely. I was just like, oh,
Perfect.
oh my god. No, but I was like, I don't really have like a ton of time still, because like I have like an internship and like all this sorts of stuff.
Life.
Yeah, I have life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing about creativity is that if you have life,
Yeah.
it's so hard to find time. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll just for every day, at least for 10 minutes, I'm gonna set aside that time, and I'm just gonna sit here and like either like stare at a blank page or like write like a little bit. And it's been really great. Like so I've been doing that for like 6 months now. Harley is just starting, and Aaron is choosing not to partake.
Let me be clear to the listeners. I'm not a writer. You know, writing's not my thing. I mean, in terms of like the creative sense that these guys are talking about. I mean, like I basically I'm the guy who reads it and like wants to do something with it, basically.
Which is also super important.
Yeah,
Like,
which is very important. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
I forgot what I was talking about.
you were talking about writing 10 minutes.
Yeah, writing 10 minutes every day. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What does that led
so
to?
I have been doing that for 6 months, and right now, like, I am like 100 pages into the novel that I've been working on.
Which is great.
Yeah. Which I was like, when I got there, I was like, oh my god. Like,
It's 100 pages.
I was like, this is like that's like a substantial. That's like a freaking third
That's
of
a
like
good chunk.
of like a standard novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good choice.
It's a really cool feeling, like putting in like a little bit of time and like seeing that add up eventually. Because I know like at first like it definitely is like super overwhelming. Like if you have this giant idea for a project, and you're like, I have no idea what to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, starting is hard, like with anything really. But I think like once you get the ball going, like once you get a system, it just blends together.
That's what I'm worried about. Like getting these first like 10 pages done is gonna be tedious.
Once you make it a habit, like you're pretty much good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like another thing with it is that like when I started writing this novel, I had like a few extremely vague ideas of what the plot was going to be, like who these characters were. I was just like, I have this like kind of idea for a concept that I kind of want to tackle like with like these themes. And eventually later in this podcast, I think we are gonna like go into like the different stories that we are like working on.
Yeah.
But for right now, like it was just I started with this super vague concept, and then just went with it, and like things popped into my head when they did.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that when I start writing it, because I know it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's a really unique experience when you're just like sitting there and you're like, I don't really know where this scene is going.
Yeah.
And then like when you get there, like just something pops into your mind and you're like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. And like I've had a few times where like even like it felt like the scene was like leading to that, like maybe subconsciously. And then like when I got there I was like, oh,
Like
this is what happens.
Yeah,
It's
here
like,
it is.
You knew what was gonna happen before you even knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which is such a unique
And it's
experience.
just subtle hints that you gave yourself throughout the whole thing.
It's just fun. Creating's just fun.
Yeah, no, like the idea of like wanting to create something or produce something, like whatever it is, like it's just a good idea. But I mean, like honestly, if you have a creative idea or really any idea, like pursue it, please, like because it will make you happy at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's no backlash for going after a creative idea.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, like even like like people hate The Last Jedi. But like it had good ideas. You gotta admit, like it had good ideas. And that's half the fun of it. It's just
putting them out there.
Yeah, 100%. Just like see, and like the more you do that, like more things are gonna stick.
And
like
the better you will become.
Like for every one good idea, you have like hundreds, if not thousands, of terrible ideas.
Yeah.
Which is like for anything, like if you're doing anything.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, like with you guys writing, I mean, obviously you guys aren't like acclaimed writers or anything, but like over time, like as you work with it, you guys will get better and everything. And
I feel like I've already like gotten better.
Yeah.
Like I'll go back and like reread some of the stuff, and I don't hate it, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, like I wish I would have like developed this a little further.
Like you look back and you're like, man, this could have been better.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like, okay, like, or sometimes it seems like the characters like shift a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
Or just because like when you do like the 10 minutes every day thing is great, but like the one big drawback I've found is that there's inconsistency, like with like the mood and like tone of certain scenes.
And a lot of that is like what happened to you that day, because like when you're writing, I feel like a lot of it is like, what emotion am I feeling right now?
And that'll change how you make the characters act and
exactly
how the plot develops.
Yeah.
And that's why like journaling and stuff great, and I feel like is great, and that's why I feel like this is like it's just a good like way to like express yourself like in a small way every day. Where, like because like 10 minutes is manageable. I feel like there's been times where I'll be like working on homework all day and it'll be like 4 a.m. and I'm like, God, I forgot to write. And I'll be like tired out of my mind, and then I'll just be like, I need to like force myself to sit at my computer and write like a paragraph about this one scene that I don't know where it's going yet.
You're like, this is gonna be a long 10 minutes. Like,
like there's some long 10 minutes, and then there's some 10 minutes where I'm like,
And they just fly by.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
you just want to reset the clock and keep on going.
It's like there's been times where I like will sit down for a solid like hour or two.
Yeah.
Like, if I have nothing going on, and I'll just be like, oh my gosh, I just wrote like 5 pages.
Like,
This is crazy.
I just made a lot of progress.
Yeah. Oh my, I'm proud of myself.
See, and that's the feeling, like, that's so great about it.
Is that a feeling of accomplishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we want to make this podcast. Really, is like, hopefully we can inspire some people.
Yeah.
Because we really, really believe in the power of just like creating consistently and like getting your voice out, just being able to do that.
Yeah.
It's a really fun experience.
Yeah.
It's such a simple way to get that feeling of accomplishment that a lot of people just can't get in this day and age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because I feel there's a lot of people who are like, I hate my job.
Yeah.
Like they can't do anything, and we're a bunch of like stupid teenagers.
Yeah, I mean, we're young.
Yeah,
but
like take everything we say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But
But we still understand that it's important to get that feeling of
Yeah.
accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure.
this
Guys.
yeah this podcast is going up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Let Us Rock Productions. Eventually it'll be up on Spotify and iTunes. We're getting that all figured out right now because we, as I've said before, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you had a really good time. It was a great time for us.
Yes.
We're going to be coming at you every single week, every Monday, hopefully.
Yeah.
If it works.
Yeah.
We'll get busy.
We'll get there.
We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah. So thank you.
We'll play it by ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.